A lot of things have changed around the lake with 2 years of drought and then a full lake this year. Here's another change. See if you guys recognize this. Used to be 2 piers here that had 2 little old houses on them. They are going down. Didn't really get a whole lot of information other than they're being torn down. Don't know whether they're being replaced or not. Hey, Clear Lake peeps. Ross Englund here, Clear Lake Guide Service with your Clear Lake report for June 15, 2023. How are y'all? Kind of a weird day today. That initial video that I shot, I'm just trying to explain to you that there's stuff happening on this lake all the time, and we do our best to try to keep you updated. Boy, I tell you what, if anybody watching this video knows the reason why, other than the obvious, that those docks were taken out, chime in here, because it'd be kind of cool to know. I've been fishing those docks for 40 years, and to see them going away, it's like, wow, there's always something changing. Okay, let's talk about our conditions here on Clear Lake. Watercolor, about 1 foot of visibility, 1.5 feet is about the best that I've seen in the last couple of days. We're starting to see, and the watercolor's different colors. I'm down in below the Narrows the last 2 days. There were some areas that the watercolor was actually pretty nice. It just had a lot of suspended algae in it. Up here in Lakeport right now, it's kind of a light tannic color. And then in other areas, depending on which way the breeze is blowing, there's a little film of algae starting to build on the surface. And a big part of that is because the water temperature, like the warmest, I should say the coolest water temperature I found today was 79.6, and I saw it up to 82 degrees. And I'm pretty sure in some other areas around the lake, more than likely there was probably some 83, maybe even 84 degree water temperature. You know, we're not getting 100-degree days, but they're toasty, and we've had a couple of days where we didn't have any wind at all, at least up on 2/3 of the lake. I was surprised yesterday. You know, I fished down in the Redbud Arm up until probably 1:30, and it was pretty flat down there. So that was nice. The only bad part about having a flat lake is you don't have a whole lot of current. So today the wind kind of picked back up again, and we saw a little current down, especially in the midsection of the lake. So there's your water temperature. Your lake level is 6.25. 6.25? Yeah, 6.25. According to the gauge, it's only come down 1/4 foot this week, but that's about 1.75 feet over the past 5 weeks. So as you really started seeing it today when you were running around, you could see, you know, an algae line around, like a bathtub ring around the lake. So it's dropping. They'll continue to pull water out. You know, I look for it to probably get pulled down to probably 5 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood. So hopefully that's all, but could be more. Upcoming activities: this coming Saturday is a BBT event, team event, which I believe is running out of Lakeport. So they usually run a pretty big field, 100+ boats usually. So another weekend. Well, actually last weekend wasn't crowded at all. One Bass completed their event on Friday, so there was a little club out on Saturday, and it wasn't that bad, as far as there's so little fishing pressure up here right now other than tournament activity, that you can come out here and really have a good time in what's been some very good weather. So fishing, I wish I could give you all kinds of great news, but as far as I'm concerned, the bite is still tough. Just if you're just trying to fish, it's tough. And I'll tell you what, I haven't personally seen anywhere where I could get enough water visibility to see any bedfish. You know, maybe somebody's getting them out there, but the places I've been, you just can't see deep enough to do any good. So we've got a mix, kind of a typical day. I mean, probably the best report I could give anybody is Friday was a really good example. We were out and just threw a Keitech on an underspin, had 4 crappie, 3 catfish, 2 bass, all on the same bait. Just didn't make any difference. I think if you're around any fish, they'll probably eat anything that looks like a small hitch. It's about all these fish have to eat right now is hitch and crawdads. And I really haven't talked to a whole lot of people who are, you know, fishing crawdad, fishing jigs. So the big fish bite, as evidenced by this last tournament, was there was only a handful of people who were on it, and it was a swim bait bite. So good job to the youngsters who figured it out. Everybody else struggled. When you look at the results and see that, you know, over half the field, 75 boats, couldn't put a 5-fish limit in the boat 3 days in a row, that tells you it's tough. So and the last 3 days that I've been on the water, I'm just not seeing a whole lot of people fishing. So that could be for a number of reasons, but you know, one of them is based on reports that I'm hearing, it's a tough bite. People have kind of given up on it. So the lake will turn around at some point, don't know when. When it starts to, hopefully we'll be one of the first ones that start figuring it out, and we'll be able to encourage you all to, okay, let's get up here. So should be a topwater bite. That's what I'm thinking. None of the weeds have really topped out anywhere. So, you know, probably another foot of water drop, you know, lake level drop, and weeds continue to grow, and topwater bite will start to get pretty good. So we'll see. If it happens, we'll let you know. So we'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Thanks for all your support. Appreciate it.